Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for today's video. My name is David. This channel is DeMars Coaching. Today's video is about manipulative language that narcissists use to control us, control you. In psychology today, they state that over 50% of us have been emotionally abused. So it's more common than we might know, than we might think. And for those of you watching this video who's been abused, you're not alone at all, at all. Over half, more than half of us, majority. Huh? And one way to identify manipulation is language, what they're saying. It's the best way to manipulate you, isn't it? If someone wants to manipulate you, it'd be hard to do that through emails, but it's possible. But a manipulator would want to then text you on the phone to get closer to you, and then talk to you on the phone and meet you in person and use their words and their facial expressions and their gestures and all this to manipulate you. So I'm hoping that this video will help you guys identify emotional manipulative language. People with narcissistic personality disorder are entitled, they're grandiose, and they're exploitative. They will use language to manipulate you for attention, admiration, and control. Manipulative language is to twist the meaning of words, to arrange words and sentences in such a way to distort the meaning. Strategies to gain power and control over another. And here's some obvious ones we know: lying, denying, passive-aggressive behavior, gaslighting, making you feel crazy, telling you that the reality that you see is not the reality that you see. Silence or silent treatment, being critical, criticizing you, withholding information, dishonesty, blaming, blame shifting, and to get you outside of your comfort zone. Some techniques. What happens is you will get a distorted view of the abuser. They will lie and make themselves look better and more powerful, maybe more scary, maybe more desirable. Soon you also have a distorted view of yourself. Self-doubt is the most common symptom that comes out of manipulative relationships. You will doubt yourself. You will doubt the trust you have for yourself and trusting others. This is the power and control that they gain. They may do this to avoid conflict. Narcissists do not like conflict, even if they find themselves in it often. They do not want conflict. They will not come straight out and say things and ask for what they want and tell you what was wrong and stuff like this. They may be concealing their true intentions. They avoid accountability, meaning for the things they've done wrong, for what they've done, and they will avoid the responsibility for what they have to do in a relationship with you. Here's some signs, okay? They'll be unclear of what they want and need. You will be confused and not understand what they want and need. They will not be direct. They'll be making excuses and minimizing, rationalizing their behaviors, lying and denying. Temper tantrums, rage, fits, frustrated with you. They may ridicule you, judge you, criticize, guilt trips and threats of ultimatums. Just kidding, frequently after hurting you. The cold shoulder, I said silent treatment, withholding intimacy, affection, sex, things like this, time alone. Talks too much, non-stop, asks questions. Here's some examples of that. Oh my God, so what I was doing is I was doing this with John, and John said I shouldn't do this, but I thought I should do this. What do you think? Because, well, I think if John says I shouldn't do it and he could go mind his own business because I want to do it, and that's all that really matters to me, right? Right? Don't you think so too? Because if Sally doesn't want to do it, Sally doesn't have to, but John tries to control Sally, and Sally does whatever John wants to, and John tries to control me. Isn't that not cool at all? And Sally wants to always do what John says, and then Sally comes over and tells me what I should do, and it's BS, right? I think so. And then you finally wait, because all we have to really do to interrupt someone is just wait for a pause. And eventually, if someone's going to nonstop talk, I'm going to interrupt you. Eventually, I'm going to wait till you at least pause, because some people never stop. And these are people that feel like they're never heard. These are people that always want attention, and they're controlling you. They will talk and talk and talk and start forming your opinion and not listen to what yours is. Don't care. Ask questions, not wait for your answers. This is the person, the second you finally say something, you interrupted me. Why are you interrupting me? Here's some more quotes. Now, I've gone over a bunch of quotes recently in a video. Quotes by the Narcissist. You're more welcome to go watch that. There will be some repeated in here, but I feel like I have to because it applies so much to this video, and I wanted to give you guys some examples. Maybe you guys haven't seen that video, some of you. So here's some quotes. Oh, it's not a big deal, so just get over yourself. Is that minimizing, not taking accountability, and not taking responsibility? You always make a big deal out of everything. What about my feelings? Like you finally get their attention for a second and you start talking about how they make you feel or how you feel, why you feel upset, and they just stop. They don't care. What about my feelings? What about me? Always switching it on to them. And then if it's something they did, they switch it off to you. What about what you did? It's like, okay, we address things one at a time, and you didn't address this when this happened. Now you're bringing it up because I'm trying to address something you did. I think we've always all been there on one side or the other. God, you're always on my case. Why do we always have to talk about everything? We already talked about that. If you really cared about me, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. My ex never said that to me. My ex and I never talked about this. I never had to do that with my ex. This is your problem, not mine. You're so selfish. You're the only reason we're fighting. You always make this about you. If you don't do this for me, I don't see a need to stay together. Ultimatums, threats. You already said it's okay and I don't have to do it. That's not what I said. You made me do it. You shouldn't have done that. That's judgmental. We don't talk about what people have done. You shouldn't have done that. Well, I guess I did, or probably didn't even do it. You always fill in the blank, or you never. It's not too much that people always do or never do, except narcissists. Huh? You're so angry. God, why are you so angry? What do you mean I made you angry? No, that's you. That's your feelings. You're responsible for those. I didn't do anything. You're just so angry. God, you're scaring me. I said I was sorry. No, you didn't. No, I didn't. You should know me by now. I shouldn't even have to say it. I already told you. You know how many times I've told you? How many times do I have to tell you? I don't remember agreeing to that. You never said that. How do you not remember? God, your memory's so bad. Are you okay? Is something wrong? Are you sick? Yeah, coming from a person who has no empathy, compassion. You never trust me. Why do I have to tell you everything and where I am all the time? Because I want to know where you are. It shouldn't be a mystery. You're just jealous. You're just insecure. You're too sensitive. You're too emotional. And a lot of us take this wrong. Or just, we're not keeping in mind that this is not taking accountability in a relationship or assuming responsibility. Jealous, insecure, sensitive, and emotional. If my partner is insecure in our relationship, my partner and I work together to provide security for both of us. So instead of just saying, oh, you're just insecure, well, what are they supposed to do about it? Especially if I'm making them insecure and I'm not reassuring them. You're too sensitive. What does that mean? You're crying? You're upset? Listen. Why? Do you want to know why? No. Just stop. Just shut up. Right? Really, really bad to shame people for how they feel, especially when you made them feel that way. Has that dress shrank? Ooh, that's a bad one, huh? Are you wearing makeup? You're like, yeah, lots of it. God, I can't tell. That's bad. Yeah, those are some. I could go on and on forever. If you guys want me to tell you more or do more, feel free. And you guys can also say your own down below. That'd be great if you could, because the video is really, most of it is your guys' comments, your guys' suggestions and remarks and examples and experiences that you feel comfortable sharing. Remember, it is very important to identify these behaviors. You can call them out on it. Talk to them about this stuff. Okay? If it's not going anywhere, if they take no accountability, no responsibility, and only makes you feel worse and it's not helping at all, talk to someone you trust. Talk to a professional. Okay? But we got to make this relationship work if you value it and you want to keep it alive, or we end it. We all have problems, and all relationships will have problems. Okay? We're stuck with ourselves, so we have to work on ourselves always. But we're not stuck with other people. And when our relationships have problems, we must fix them. And it doesn't mean we can. And it doesn't mean that both people will try. And if both people try really hard, it still doesn't mean you can fix it. Not always. Okay? So we either fix problems or we end the relationship. All right? People have experienced this. I would recommend that you get help and talk to somebody about this stuff and organize all this stuff and internalize this stuff and process this stuff to heal from it and understand it and be able to avoid these kinds of experiences later in life. So if you need to, seek a therapist or a professional coach or some other mental health professional. Okay? Thank you guys. Always ask questions. I'll answer them down below. Love yourself first. I'll see you again later. Bye.